in order to be an NFL player, you have to have a lot of faith in yourself. And I think you have to have a lot of faith in God in order to get out on that field.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you hit the wrong way and you can break your neck.
Welcome back to Chakra Free Radio. I'm Gopal.
I'm Ray.
We'd like to thank you for joining us for this episode today titled Christ and Football. Now, in this episode, we're going to be talking about how NFL players, despite playing an extremely violent sport, a competitive sport, oftentimes display some of the highest characteristics that Jesus asked us to display in our own lives. And I think there's a lot of remarkable stories related to this. And the important point we want to make with this episode is that sometimes we see these concepts or principles that Jesus taught, and we think that they're meant for other people, that it's somebody else who needs to apply it in their life. We just want to use this topic to highlight that there are people out there in the world who you're observing who are really demonstrating a lot of these aspects in oftentimes very, very difficult situations. So with that, Ray, man, where does football rank in the sports pantheon for you?
Second. So I'm a baseball lover, but football is right after, and then basketball.
Yeah. Yeah, and I used to be a big fan of a lot of professional sports, but now, I've got a family and busy life and things that kind of, it's hard to just sit down and watch sports for hours at a time. I think the NFL is pretty much the only sport I actively watch these days.
Yeah. Like I used to be able to do like the whole day.
Yeah. The Sunday,
the whole
Sunday
day.
special.
And
yeah.
I'd be gearing up to do it. Like now, I'd be like, yeah, you know what? I got Sunday off. I'm gonna go take a walk. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go meal prep, and then I'm gonna sit down and watch the 1 o'clock games.
Yeah.
By like 2:30, I'm already like veering off.
Yeah.
And then so like I'll go to sleep for like an hour and a half, then wake up, and then catch a little bit of the 4 o'clock games, and then
right.
It's hit or miss on the Sunday night games. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It gotta like really intrigue me for me to watch it. But if the Jets and like Browns are playing, then nah, I'm good.
Yeah. So we want to just maybe provide a little bit of framing for this episode. And when we think about NFL players, obviously very, very physical sport, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's important for all of us to think about the stakes involved for any NFL player when they get on the field. You've got 70,000 odd people watching you live, millions more watching you on television. You're talking about contracts that run in the hundreds of millions of dollars now for some players. You're talking about legacies, potential Hall of Fame careers, and all of that's within the background of your career as an NFL player could literally end at any moment.
Yeah.
Any moment on that field could be the last time you take a snap.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And we've seen that recently with a lot of players. And I know we were talking beforehand, but I mean, like Damar Hamlin. Right?
Literally died twice on the field.
Yeah, Damar Hamlin of the Bills. Unfortunately, he's been able to come back. But,
yeah.
Just one hit and he's going into cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
And so again, I'm curious on your thoughts on this, but I think in order to be an NFL player, you have to have a lot of faith in yourself. And I think you have to have a lot of faith in God in order to get out on that field.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you hit the wrong way and you can break your neck.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's so many and even just taking a combination of hits all the time, like your head is just constantly like near CTE.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it could just change in the eye, like a blink of an eye for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I've only played tackle football a couple of times in my life. I played a lot of touch football as a kid, but so I'm curious, and I know we've talked a little bit about this in the past, but just, your experience, playing.
I mean, I was on the offensive line and defensive line.
Right. This is in high school or?
Yeah. So I was left guard and then D tackle.
Yeah.
So I was constantly always getting hit. I was in the brush of everything all the time.
Yeah. Like
I used to have like bruises all up in my arms from the face mask, just being, trying to block people. Yeah, it was painful. Like And I think that's why I was just like, yeah, bro, let me just play baseball. I think, like, you know, when I was at prep school, I played one side of the ball, and then when I got to public school, they wanted me to play both sides of the ball, and I was like, I can't do 48 minutes of this, man.
Right.
It hurts.
Right.
It hurts a lot. And yeah, I'm just like severely undersized. Well, like undersized and like tallness.
Right.
So like I had to work twice as hard just to even get to that point. You know what I mean? I had to make sure I had to beat them before they even got even remotely close to me because they were so much taller than me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. How long did it take you to recover after a game?
I mean, back then, I mean, obviously I'm younger, so like probably like 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 2 days. Because I was feeling it the next day, and then the second day I was like, all right.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, and it's like I've read stories about NFL players, you know, after the game, they're not even able to go up the stairs in their house.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it's like
I remember one time I got undercut so badly, and my head hit the ground.
Right.
And I was just like, you could just see on tape, and I was just like looking everywhere, clearly concussed.
Right.
Nobody took me out the game.
Right.
I had to take myself out.
Right.
But fun times.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, this is, you know, I mean, it's a tough sport.
Yeah.
You know, and it's, you know, if you're talking about
you got to want to do it. Like, it's just different than like playing tackle football like outside. You know what I mean? Like we barely even like tackled each other like when we did that. You know what I mean? It was just more finesse.
Right.
But like going in the trenches and blocking people and making lanes for your running backs and your wide receivers, like it is not fun.
Right.
It is not fun. And then learning a playbook.
Right.
You know what I mean? That is not fun.
Right.
Like to figure out what you got to do.
Yeah.
I swear half the time I didn't know what I was doing. Like baseball, I didn't have to think.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I already like knew the scenarios. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And so, you know, I think at least for me, one of the more remarkable things about the NFL is that despite playing a very, very physical sport and very violent sport, you know, to me, it's always really heartwarming to see the camaraderie after the game. You know, it's like,
yeah.
You know, and it seems like in a lot of cases, it's genuine love for your opponent, genuine love and respect, whether it's jersey exchanges or, you know, just greeting each other after the game. You know, like I think to me, one incident that comes to mind from the last year's playoffs is the Ravens and Bills. You know, and the Ravens lost a very, very difficult game to the Bills, and the two quarterbacks, you know, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. You know, after the game, it seemed like there was like genuine, you know, like, I mean, Lamar lost a very, very tough game, but there's genuine love and respect for Josh, and he came up and greeted him. And
yeah, I think all three of those, well, Patrick Mahomes, I think all three of them like have an affinity for each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, all right, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think there's an important lesson there in that, you know, they're there on the field. There's a big conflict. And when the conflict ends, they're still able to, you know, come and say hello to each other and, you know, show kindness to one another. And I just wish, you know, we try to avoid political stuff on the show, but I wish our politicians could, you know, behave themselves in a similar manner. You know, they're not even trying to hit each other on, you know, when they're up on a debate, and there's still a lot of nastiness afterwards involved. So
Trump was telling the Commanders,
yeah,
they need to name the stadium after him.
Yeah.
This week. It's like, dude, come on, just be the president. But I was watching a clip last night. After the Pats and Jets game, the players went to midfield and they prayed with each other.
Yeah.
And I saw Drake May and Justin Fields in that or whatever. And I think Justin Fields, you know, what he's gone through this year is crazy. And he admitted that, like, he was crying in his closet, you know what I mean? For any grown man to even admit that it's just... Yeah. One, is just, like, hard to, like, hear. But it's also, like, mental health, you know what I mean? Like, he's trying to, like, process everything in front of everybody. Right. And I think just them coming together and praying together, like both of them quarterbacks. Right. Like, that's just, I think Stephon Diggs was in the huddle too, but like, it's good to see those guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, you know, there may be a lot of people out there who think it's like hypocritical praying, or they're just doing it for show.
Nah.
I'm not in that camp, you know.
Yeah. I mean, we used to watch Tebow do that.
Yeah.
And that was real. Guy was writing 316 on him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he might have not been the best player, but at least he was out there and he had his faith.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, you know, when we talk about putting, you know, words into action, and the, you know, when you look at the charitable efforts that NFL players make within their communities, and, you know, again, I was in the field of finance for a long time, and you know, there's definitely people in finance who donate money and, you know, make their contributions, but you know, it feels like NFL players kind of go above and beyond in terms of engaging with the community and understanding that, you know, they have a platform to do a lot of good. And when we think about the you know, the principles that Jesus taught, you know, what you do for the least of these, you do for me. I mean, I think a lot of that is reflected in how these players actually deal, especially with their charitable efforts.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that a lot of those charitable efforts doesn't even have to do with money.
Right.
It's just their time, showing up for those kids, showing that 1% came out. You know what I mean?
Right.
And showed them the way or whatever.
Yeah.
Like how to get here, or gave them the blueprint, or obviously there's no, like, you gotta obviously have talent with it, but, like, you know what I mean? Just talking with those kids probably means more than them giving them a $25,000 gift card.
Right.
Like, you know.
Right. Yes, we had a couple of specific incidents we wanted to talk about, which I think are kind of remarkable stories. So the first one, so this involves former wide receiver TJ Houshmandzadeh and Troy Polamalu. So I'm representing for the Polamalu side of this.
Steeler Nation over here.
Yeah. Just you know, kind of a funny story. And so this was discussed on the Up on Game podcast. So this was TJ Houshmandzadeh appeared on the show with LeVar Arrington and Plaxico Burress. And he was talking about an incident on field with Troy Polamalu where Polamalu hit him really hard. And he gets laid out, and then he pops back up, and then he says to Polamalu afterwards, and not that I've ever been in this situation before, but I can imagine having the same reaction. And he says to Polamalu, "You hit like a bitch." Right. I mean, understandable, right? You've just gotten smacked. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. What would you say in this situation?
They got to, though. If you getting hit that hard and you pop up, that's the first thing you got to be like, you got to negate the fact that they hit you that hard.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you put, like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to do stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
unless you just get knocked out.
Right. Yeah. And then Troy Polamalu's response was, "God bless you." And then he just walked away. Now, it's you know, I know Troy has done similar things to other players. I think there was an incident with Tim Tebow that was kind of similar. So, you know, he was known for doing this. To me, the more remarkable aspect of this story is the TJ Houshmandzadeh side of it, right? Because he says that after Troy said "God bless you," that he never talked smack to Troy ever again. You know, he said he didn't feel like it was appropriate.
Yeah.
You know? And
because next time he hits you that hard, you're gonna be meeting God.
And I want to give a lot of credit to him for you know, this incident probably happened a long time ago, for remembering it, applying it in his life, and then sharing it with all of us on a podcast years later, right?
Yeah.
And it's like the impact of those you know, Troy Polamalu just saying those few simple words, right? And then TJ processing it and kind of giving it back to us and saying, "Hey, this made a meaningful impact in my life." I think it takes a lot of honesty on his part to bring a story, you know, like that up in public. So I think it's, again, a remarkable thing in the heat of the moment. You know, it's like you've got so much on the line, so much ego involved. Still on that field, they're able to have that moment.
Yeah.
You know, and it has an impact, you know, a decade plus later.
I mean, one thing I do like about like just sports players in general, like having podcasts, that they get to explain to us all these moments.
Yeah, which we wouldn't get to see otherwise, right?
Like it's like the people that we watch grow up. You know what I mean? Like say our favorite musician, we would love our musicians that have podcasts. You know what I mean? Like just talk about like those times that you were making those classic songs or whatever.
Yeah,
but, like,
what the inspiration was.
But Hoosh was a big receiver too.
Yeah. I mean,
He could take, you know what I mean? He could take hits, so.
Yeah, and
but Polamalu was a dog. Yeah. So like that's one person, like him and Ed Reed I would not be talking to. Like them two and Sean Taylor.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. But like those three, they're like missiles flying at you.
Yeah.
Like, and you could just only hope that your quarterback wasn't going to put you in a bad position to get smacked on the field.
Yeah.
But anybody saying like that's hitting you that hard and you call them like something and then they just be like, bless you, God bless you. Yeah, I'm not talking back to them either.
Yeah. Again, there are some lessons there for all of us, right? I mean, we think about our reactions to day, irritants, or maybe somebody cuts you off on the road and you're laying on the horn and giving them the finger.
Yeah.
Can you find in that moment to actually apply some of Jesus's principles of forgiveness and moving on? Can you actually do it?
Yeah.
And again, here you got TJ Houshmandzadeh and Troy Polamalu showing you that yes, this can be done.
Division or rivalry too.
Yeah, big games, right? Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about the makeup of Polamalu though, like how he grew up.
Yeah,
pretty sure he was faith-based as well.
Yeah. I think
I don't want to like misrepresent what he is, but I'm pretty sure isn't he like Hawaiian?
He's Polynesian. Yeah.
Polynesian. Yeah. So you already know how they get down.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
They're pretty like big into faith, all that stuff. So
yeah. I think it's a part of their upbringing from the get go.
Yeah,
and I think again it's
I don't even think like he has even like a trash talking bone in his body.
Right.
I don't think we've ever seen it. Such a good guy.
Yeah.
I was watching like some old clips of Andrew Luck. Dude is getting smacked.
Right.
He's literally mic'd up saying, "Good hit. Good hit." Dude, you're getting blasted by 385-pound men. And he's over here like, good hit.
Yeah.
Good hit.
Yeah.
Oh, you got me good that time.
Yeah. And how many of us can do something like that,
And then you take the reverse and you look at Brady. Brady's talking shit back.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. So we just want to talk about one other incident involving an NFL player. This to me is one of the more remarkable stories of the last couple of years. And, we live in a world where, news cycles fast and people are always paying attention to the hot new thing or whatever. But this to me is one of the more, the more I think about the particulars of this story, the more blown away I am by everything about it. And so this involves a wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers, Ricky Pearsall, who was drafted, 2024? Yeah. So, wide receiver, played at the University of Florida, very highly touted prospect, drafted in the first round by the 49ers, was out in the Union Square neighborhood of San Francisco prior to training camp getting started, and was shot in a robbery attempt. And there are interviews with him after the fact where he's asked about the incident, about the shooting, and whether he wants to confront the person or speak to them. And I was blown away by his reaction. It was nothing but it essentially worked out to, I'm not that person. I'm not in their shoes. I don't know what they've been through, and I have to forgive them and move on in order to be a man of God.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, I'm just thinking about this from the you know, if I were in his shoes, you know, I'm 21 years old, you know, just drafted as a first round pick. I'm looking at if I have a successful career, you know, career earnings maybe north of a couple $100 million, right? All of that put at risk by somebody just, you know, coming up to rob you on the street and firing a bullet at you. And I mean, I would have been livid.
Yeah.
You know, I would have been screaming, you know, let's hang this guy.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it blows me away when I think about the maturity level that Ricky Pearsall has at 21. Like it really, to me, it's a very, very staggering thing.
Yeah.
You know,
just especially like where did he get shot in the chest?
I think, I need to look and find out, but
yeah, I think he was shot in the chest. But even if so, like getting shot anywhere as a football player, it's like you already had that slim chance of being that 1% making it in.
Yeah.
Anything can like derail, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, hat off to his parents.
Yeah, yeah, and to him.
And to him, how he was raised, you know?
Yeah, because I'm curious. I mean, if this had happened to you at 21, what would your reaction have been?
Depends, man.
Yeah.
Depends. I don't know. It's all momentary based. I mean, obviously I'd be happy to be still alive.
Right.
But, you know, for me to sit here and be like, oh, like I wouldn't be angry. We all probably would be angry.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the remarkable thing. It's that, you know, and if you, I
wouldn't want revenge though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we encourage everyone to watch that video. I think maybe we'll include a link to it. But it's clearly it's somebody. I mean, he's not delusional. I mean, he's traumatized by the event, but he's still able to process it in such a mature level. You know, like I don't know. It's a remark. I mean, he's got to be a mature soul in order to, you know. I just it's difficult for me to fathom.
Yeah.
That he was able to respond that way.
He's still getting millions though.
Yeah.
Nah. I mean, it's just. It's a hard situation because I think you're just grateful that you're still alive.
Yeah. So I mean, anyways, the point I want to make with this is you could listen to 100 sermons, 100 religious lectures. You know, here's your living example: Ricky Pearsall, 21 years old, gets shot, has nothing but words of forgiveness. Like that's worth all the sermons in the world. You know.
Going into a great situation too.
Yeah.
Everything could have been lost in that moment.
Yeah.
But maybe that's the reason why God let him survive.
Right. Well, yeah, we have, you know, the chance to learn from it.
Yeah, to learn from it, then for him to, I don't know, maybe speak on violence.
Right.
I don't know if he's done that in this past year, but
yeah.
Speak on violence, gun violence.
Right.
Maybe go back to the youth in that certain area.
Yeah, and so now we come to the uncomfortable part of the conversation, which is, you know, if Ricky Pearsall can react that way after being shot, you know, to truly, essentially, you know, turn the other cheek, as Jesus has asked us to do, what's our excuse?
We have none.
Right.
We have none.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have none, you know, and I, you know, listen, life's difficult and tough, and people are kind of worked up about stuff. And I don't know, I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but something even as basic as your daily commute, you know, how often are you getting angry or, you know, shaking your fist at somebody for cutting you off, right? Here's your example. Ricky Pearsall gets shot, nothing but forgiveness. Can you forgive the guy in the car next to you for cutting you off?
Let me play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
All right. I think people like, at the end of the day, he's still a millionaire, right?
Yeah.
You know, I think if I was making,
I know a lot of millionaires that wouldn't have an ounce of forgiveness for anyone.
Oh
for
yeah,
anything,
no, for sure. But I'm saying I think a lot of people would probably take the revenge route, like if they were in certain circumstances.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm gonna get my money back. You know what I mean, something like that.
Yeah, and I guess, I mean, obviously this stuff happens in the world. I'm just saying that I think there's maybe this concept that, you know, these principles that Jesus taught about forgiveness and.
Did they ever catch the person?
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah.
He prosecuted them?
I don't know where he stands now in the legal system, but
Yeah.
but he was. I think he was a teenager, so he's below
okay.
legal age. So, but again, I think it's there in the text, right? And I think we all feel like it's like, oh, okay, that's like an aspirational goal. I don't need to really put it into my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just asking, can we apply some of it? And it's, again, here's a guy who's been shot, and he's applying it, right? So why can't we apply some of it in our own lives?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm turning the other cheek now, though.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean? Like, in what way?
Like, if anything like that happens to me, take it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to live.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go. I'm trying to make it past 70. I'm trying to make a family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Anything else you want to talk about on this, or?
Not that, but I think we pretty much hit the nail on the coffin with Pearsall.
Yeah. Well, thankfully he's not dead.
Nah, yeah. Hey man, just come back to my fantasy team.
Yeah.
I'm joking. But glad that he's healing up well. He looks stronger.
Yeah.
He looks really, really stronger. I mean, there's a lot of these guys that I think Brian Robinson Jr. was shot that same year.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he came back in the same year too.
Yeah.
And he had a pretty decent year. And the year before he like exploded on the scene.
Yeah. Or
whatever. It's funny how he's in San Francisco now.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I want to circle back to Damar Hamlin though.
Yeah.
Like he literally died on the field twice.
Yeah.
Imagine, and people were saying that, I don't know why this was thing. People were saying that he's a clone. Like he did die, yeah. But like the NFL didn't want
bad PR.
Yeah, so like now there's just like the guy that you see now is not really Damar Hamlin.
Yeah,
and I'm like, this dude looks exactly like Damar Hamlin.
Yeah,
but just think about that. Like he died on the field twice and is still out there right now.
Yeah,
playing the game that he loves.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Like I don't know like if like I feel like I would have to walk away.
Right.
That was just such a split second, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Like would you keep playing or?
It's tough, man. I don't know. I mean, it's like you've built your whole life around it and
like trying to make it to this point.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's tough to walk away, but you know.
I think on one hand he's thinking about probably walking away, then on the other hand he's probably thinking about God gave me the second chance to keep going.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why not keep going? He's a decent player.
Yeah. Yeah. So. These are tough things, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, again, I think it takes a lot of faith in yourself and a lot of faith in God to walk on that field, man. I mean, I know I couldn't do it.
Yeah. It's just, I'm just saying, like, you move your head a little bit too much this way, a little bit too much that way.
Yeah.
You know what always got me? Whenever I used to watch them block and I see, like, somebody do, like, a real face mask, dude, you can break somebody's neck like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, like, sometimes, like, your hand, it just gets, like, lodged in their face mask and you're just trying to pull away.
Right.
Like, imagine just pulling the wrong way one time.
Yeah.
Snap somebody's neck you didn't even mean to.
Right.
Crazy work.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, for our donation today, we're going to be making a donation to the Boys and Girls Club of America, which the NFL has been a strong supporter of over the years, and great cause and great mission. So, again, hopefully some good comes out of that.
Then we got talk about like how smart football players are.
Oh, yeah, that's a given. I don't know.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, like just think about. I mean, I had a high school playbook. Yeah. These guys' playbooks probably like 300 pages long.
Yeah.
And you gotta think about like other formations. You gotta think about what the opposing team is doing scheme wise. Plus, you gotta look at tendencies of the actual player you're going against.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe we haven't really talked about this, but I think there is this perception that NFL players are dumb, and I completely disagree. I think in order to execute these schemes and
everything, like even just even if they're not the brightest, right? Something like they have to have like photographic memory sometimes. You know what I mean? Like think about cornerbacks. They got to look at everything that wide receiver is doing, right? They're watching all the film to get one up on Jamar, right?
Right.
To see exactly what he fidgets and what he does, so to try to give a little bit of grace to see if they can figure it out.
Yeah.
Before he beats them for an 80-yard touchdown. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, there's, you've heard of the Wonderlic test?
No.
That's like it's like the kind of like the equivalent of the IQ test that they give to NFL players. And so they get a score on it. And I've never been a big fan of IQ tests or any of that stuff. I think it's a very narrow measurement of intelligence. And so there's been some players who've had, not great scores. But to me, that doesn't mean that they're not intelligent in their own way. And, like to be able to process in the moment, in 0.2 seconds, what you need to do, like that's an intelligence in and of itself, you know, and maybe it doesn't mean that it's going to show up in your Wonderlic score, but it doesn't mean that there's not, extreme intelligence there.
Shoot, I'll probably have a bad score.
Yeah. I took it once. I think my score was okay. Not that,
I mean, you're smart though.
No, but I think there's there's a few people who've gotten perfect scores on it.
Yeah.
I can't remember off the top of my head who, but
any of them football players?
No, I'm saying there's
football players.
Football players who've gotten perfect scores on it.
Yeah. I feel like Andrew Luck would be a good one.
Yeah.
I put my money on him. I don't know why. He just seems so smart. I mean, he did go to Stanford, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why football players get this stigma that they're like thugs and stupid, but I think they're probably like the smartest athlete probably out of all of them, right?
Because I think the schematics are so complicated in football versus any other sport.
I think baseball is probably the hardest thing to do, to hit a baseball.
Right.
Yeah. Nobody's going to tell me that is the hardest thing to do, but like learning all that stuff, it's just you got to learn to put your feet right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's all timing based.
Right.
It's crazy.
All right, man.
Before we get to that,
you
had that question about which football player would be a good president.
Yeah.
You got your choice?
Yeah. You go first. Yeah.
I'm going Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. I can see. I think he'd look good in the White House, man. I think he'd do a good job.
I'm going Jalen Hurts. Yeah. Second, I've been saying it this whole episode, Andrew Luck.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's running the Stanford athletics department now.
Yeah. One guy is more even keel, gives me Obama type vibes. And then you got Andrew Luck, who's more I don't know, he got that leadership. They both have leadership, but Andrew Luck talks more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hurts will give you a quotable. You know what I mean? He got some great quotables out there. I should have found one to do for our quote for today, but those are my two choices.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had a top choice for a while now. It'd be JJ Watt. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I think he'd be good. I think he's
scary too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think any country want to come sit down with JJ Watt.
Yeah.
6'4".
Yeah. No, and again, back to this, this theme of, the intelligence of these. I mean, he's a chemical engineer, I think, with his trading. I mean, he's a smart guy on top of, throwing down 20 sacks.
Yeah. My other choice, but he's too boisterous. Richard Sherman.
I was gonna say, I think he'd,
Richard Sherman.
Yeah, I think he'd be awesome.
I feel like we get into a couple wars because of Richard Sherman. Like, come on, just do it. Come, cross the line.
Yeah, I'd love to see him run for Senate.
Yeah,
I think that'd be great.
He's a great guy.
Yeah,
he's a great one.
Yeah. I gotta show you a clip later. It's about him leading somebody through a training session. It's pretty funny.
You ever seen that clip with him and Skip Bayless?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Clear winner in that one,
man. He's funny.
I think that's the only time I've ever heard Skip Bayless actually quiet.
Yeah. It's like you can't say nothing to what he said. You know what I mean? He's like, I do this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it, man. You got honors.
Well, if anybody was wondering, this is Drew Brees.
Yeah.
President choice too.
Yeah.
You see how we're not talking about Brady?
Yeah.
Because I think Brady would be like a good Secretary of Defense or something.
I think he'd be good too, man. I don't know. And I hate Tom Brady for all those years. I think he'd make a really good president.
I think he'll be more with like I said, with like defense or something, like leading them out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But like something that like has to do with like all that talk. I don't think Brady wants to do all that talking.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to be chit chat with like other nations.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go for a minute.
Yeah.
It's done? Yes. Ooh, that felt good.
Yeah.
I feel tired. I told you I could not, like, for the viewers, I just got back from Chicago during the government shutdown, so my heart was like a little, and I was trying so hard to get into like.
Yeah. What, just because you're worried on the flight back? Or?
Yeah, I just could not. Dude, my anxiety, like I felt it like just pounded in my chest. And I tried so hard, you know what I mean? I put on like my go-to songs.
Yeah.
And then put on my hoodie and just tried to, it was not working. It was not working. I'm over here stressing in the seat and Trent's just looking at me like struggle.
Right. Well, do you feel better now or?
Yeah, no, that was good.
Okay. That's good, man. That's the point.
That was good. We're going to go with a quote. Remember to live while you're busy surviving.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's good, man. Who is that?
No idea. Credit TikTok.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one, and I think I saw that like on the flight too. Yeah. Like, and I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surviving right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, remember to live while you're busy surviving.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough world out there. I mean, I think a lot of us are stressed out and worried and,
Yeah. I mean, like, even, like, I was on vacation, right?
Yeah.
But, like, on that last day of vacation, you're just like, God, regular life is tomorrow, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
And, I think the first couple of days, you're like, all right, you ain't got to worry about nothing. You know what I mean? We could just go vibe out and just no worries in the world. But that last day when it's coming to realization, like, damn, tomorrow's work.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's, this is a big piece of what we're trying to do here is to help people kind of, get at least a little bit of this, feeling at peace even in the midst of their chaotic lives. And I think we all need it.
That's what I should do. I should listen to the pod before on the flight. I should listen to my own voice. I'm joking.
All right. Well, thank you. Yeah. We'd like to thank you for joining us for this episode. Hopefully you've gotten something useful out of it. And again, the key message here, the principles Jesus taught, they may seem remote. It may seem like they're meant for somebody else, but, there are people out there like a lot of NFL players who are actually applying it in their daily life.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's possible.
If they can do it, we can do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if we can do it, they can do it.
Yeah. So until next time, this is Chakra Free Radio signing off.